The next thing that we need to do is to actually link the fields that we want to be able to control using the title block manager. So the first step that I need to do is I need to create some of these fields that are going to be added to the title block manager. And so with the title block selected, once again, I'm coming over here to OIP, and then at the very bottom, I'm going to click on title block manager. So once I'm in here, let's first get started with the information that needs to be included in project data. Project data is for fields that won't change across the project. So things like the client as well as the address. And if I come over here to the sort of the middle section on the right hand side and click on manage project data, it's going to give me a warning first saying that the project data changes will be applied to all title blocks in the file. That's okay. I'll just go ahead and press OK. And then over here, you'll notice that I have this column for display fields. And so I think I'm going to get rid of project ID as well as project name and project address. And then I'm going to go ahead and click add, because here's where I'm going to want to add client. And you can put in a default. So I'm just going to repeat the same term, put in client. And so essentially what that's going to do is you can see down here that it says client's name. Well, once I link this field, it's going to just go ahead and say client, and then it'll say client until I go and I update this file with the client's actual information. So other fields that I need here under project data are going to include things like the client address, and I think down here I'll just do address. I'm going to need another line for, let's see, city, state, and zip. Go ahead and just copy that down into the default. The next line is going to be for the client phone. Next line is going to be for client email. So those are all of the new fields that I need because the project date has already been included. The revision date is going to be handled here under the revision data pane. And then the sheet numbers are also already included here for total sheet numbers. So I'll go ahead and click OK. And then next up, let's just quickly take a look at sheet data. So here under sheet data, the actual sheet number in our file is going to be pulling from sheet data, the sheet title as well. The date, I would ignore that. I would go ahead and use the project data for the actual date that we're going to link it to. And then we already have scale down here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change this to 8 right now. And then go ahead and click OK, and I should have all of the fields that I need to link now. So now that I've created my custom field in the title block manager, I need to link the specific text box back to those fields in the title block manager. So to do that, I'm going to simply select the title block and then come over here in OIP and click on Edit Title Block Layout. And then once in here, I'm going to select the specific text box that I want to link and then scroll down here to the bottom of OIP. And down here under title block data, I have a field for data type. I'm going to simply select link value. And then for parameters, I'm going to click that drop down menu. And then this is going to be under project data and I'm looking for client. So I'll click on that. And then it's the same thing for the rest of the fields that I want to link. So for data type, link value, for parameter, I find the related parameter. So here under Designer, I didn't create fields for that. The reason is that for a lot of designers that work for themselves, they're the only designer. And so in that case, I'm going to go ahead and just put my own name in. And then for phone number, same thing. So we're going to use the Hollywood phone number. And then for email, I will put in my email address. So once again, since those fields don't change, I'm not linking them to anything in the title block manager. I'm just letting those text fields be what they are inside of the title block. And then I didn't already create text box for the project date, revision date, and sheet number. So let me do that really quick. And I will just simply come in here in the center. And I'm just going to hit the space bar, which essentially means that this field is going to look like it's invisible, but it will be there if I hover my cursor over it. And I'm just going to work on a little bit of alignment. And in fact, I need to come over here, and for these dates, since I don't want them to be in the center of those boxes, I need to come over here and change the horizontal alignment from left to center, which then broke my text style, but that's okay. And so I'm simply going to click on the center of that, then click on the center right there. I'm going to come over and duplicate this twice, just by clicking in the center of those boxes. Okay, so now I have this text that I can go ahead and link to those dates. So once again, scroll down over here in OIP. I want to link that value, and then click down on parameters. And for the project date, that's the start date of the project, so it's under project data. It's right there. For the revision date, I'm going to link that value. And then revisions are recorded under revision data. So I will click revision date. And then for sheet number, I will link that field. And then sheet numbers are going to be under sheet data. So I have a sheet number right there. Then up here for the sheet title, I'm going to link that as well. And what that is going to be linked to is here under sheet data where I have sheet title. And so what that means is that that field, and you can see it's already updated, that field is specifically linked to whatever the title of that particular sheet layer is. So if I zoom out here, it looks like I have all of my fields linked now. Go ahead and click edit there. And then zoom in. So let's do, and in fact I see one error that I've made over here, and that is that I have address and address as my linked fields when I need to have address, and then underneath that, remember I have a different field for city, state, and zip. So let's quickly change that really quick. So once again, go over to OIP, click on edit title block layout, and then I'm just going to click on that particular text that I want to change, scroll down here to the bottom, and then using this drop-down menu under project data, I'm going to select city, state, and zip. So there we go. So now essentially I have my title block all done and ready to go. The next step is going to be to turn this into a title block style that I can use in other files.